What is the real unfunded liability number? Is it 85 billion or is it higher? And I think most people in the financial world, including folks from GASB, including folks from Moody's, would say your unfunded liability is significantly higher, because if you're at anywhere from 7 3/4 to 8.5%, you're not being realistic about what your interest rate assumptions are. Moody's would say you ought to be down at 5.5, and if you are at that number, your unfunded liability at least climbs to 130 billion for your 5 systems. You really get one shot at pension reform, and if you get one shot, you ought to do it right. And that's our belief, that we ought to do it right, and we ought to nip that number or reduce that number in a significant way. This needs to happen. It doesn't need to happen after the election. It needs to happen now. It only gets worse. It doesn't get better. And so call us back to special session, and people are going to yell and scream, and they're going to complain, and it'll be chaotic down there. But kind of my approach is you put us in a room, lock the key, and when we're done, you let us out.
How can you justify continuing a practice which allows the people that give the pension benefits not to have to pay for it?
Well, we are also the folks that dictate what the pension benefits are. So what you're saying to the school districts, we want you to have a little skin in the game on a system that we broke, and we want you to help us fix it. And so we're still making decisions on investment. We're still making decisions on what...
They're making decisions on how much pension to give, and then giving the bill off to you. How do you justify that?
And then what we would say on that, and one of the things that we need is some accountability on school districts. And the school districts, we would say, need to stop that practice of giving these raises at the end of careers. And we've suggested that as an alternative to find that happy medium. Just say, school districts, you're done giving those, or if you do them, you're absorbing all of those. Successful pension reform is not dependent on a cost shift. All that does, the cost shift ultimately, is frees up at least $1 billion from the state side, where the folks that are running the place want more money to spend. And we've kind of also lost sight of what that's all about.